storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number. Fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
We froze, cold night in the winter, how cold. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Yeah, yeah. The end, got to end it all on the weekend. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Oh, oh, yeah. You don't really wanna know me, hanging in the corner with a nosebleed, high on whatever they sold me. That's the old me, yeah. 6 years later, trying to find me, still trying to figure out the line piece, looking for the love inside me, inside me.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Let's turn that down. Okay. So we're live. Just a few minutes. Uh-huh. What's happening? What's going on? How is this? What's up, man? Welcome. James, how you doing? Just sorting my hair out. How you been, man? You alright? As far as I know, so look at the gap down scans.
You haven't had full look.
Sorry. Okay. We're gonna go through the watch list in a minute. That's all right. Don't rush it. Maybe start next week fresh. I think. Might be a better idea. We're end of the week anyways. So, yeah. It'll also give you a chance to, by the end of Friday, if you get the chance to like get access to the real account, the live account, and then you just play around, set up your things on it, and voila, you're done. Okay. What's our Tesla doing? We're showing sign of weakness on the market, so Tesla is quite weak as well. Might be a good idea to actually start looking for shorts, but I'll go through the watch list in a minute. But as it stands, oh, nice. All the setups, all the settings, everything should move up to, because they keep the same sort of data folder. I will suggest you to back your data folder. Hold on, just give me a second, okay? Because we have time to talk about it. I don't see any gappers. Actually, let me just quickly go to gappers, and if I don't see anything good, then I'll talk about what we need to talk about. Hold on. Yeah, maybe long. I just don't. It's already gone down enough, so there could be a bounce coming in. To be honest, yeah, we might see a bounce coming in. So we'll see. Okay, so what was I going to show you? Right, so that's, hold on, I got it. As far as I know, you can see, right? Now, you see over here, if you go more, and then you go open data folder, that's where it's all the files are located at. What I usually do is I'll go to open data folder, and I'll basically copy everything. I'll just copy everything and save it to somewhere where I can get access to later. Usually I save it to my OneDrive. So that means I can actually have my laptop, same settings, PC, same settings, nothing changes. So yeah, just trying to save that folder. Once you do some work on your, let's say, workspace and your chart settings and everything, that data folder could be quite useful to save. Yeah, it's the same as TFS and Colmex, same thing. It's the same software. So the data folder will be the same. Ah, shoot, Tesla. Anyways, what's the gappers? Let me quickly have a look at the gappers. Yeah, man, I think for these kind of things, you gotta have a PC, right? Let's look at GLBL. Not very interesting. BBWI. So this is also one of the earnings gapping up from 3140 all the way to 37s. So we're looking at broken the recent daily level, and it's trading above that. We might have some room on this one, so I'm going to keep an eye on this BB and WI. So that's the only gapper I see. The other one that was popping up was GLBL. Not much of a this thing. Wow, what did it do? Am I seeing this right? What? So it actually went from 8 all the way to what, 28? Dude. What the hell just happened there? What a manipulation, man, with so little volume as well. What a manipulation. I mean, if you like, dude, this is just, what an opportunity missed. Look at the volume. Damn. So this is gone basically. It's just gonna pop, and it's not gonna do much, to be honest. It is popping towards 10s, which it was trading, I believe, before. So there's something off about this. Why? Anyways, that might be done. So Tesla, I was watching this level here for pre-market, maybe a quick scalp, but it never gave me a chance. It did, but I just couldn't take it. 183.50 was the one, but it's gone now. It's done. Yeah. All right. So gappers, I don't see much happening, to be honest. So let's go through the watch list we have. Let me just get rid of things that I don't need. Netflix, we might see some sort of fade off coming in on Netflix. So I'm keeping that. TGTX, yes. All right. Well, I think we pretty much have everything. Apps also, we might see some sort of fade off coming in. So there's, yeah. All right. Before I go, I wanna update. I want to update on the PDSB. Remember PDSB? I took it 2-3 days ago. The earnings play basically. First day of earnings, I took that was a small loser for sure, but which I shouldn't have taken. But these longs, the first day I kept it. Apart from this partial, obviously. Second day started to play out. Got some decent exits. Very nice. I was still planning to hold this for a few days. I mentioned that as well in the stream, but I cannot be giving back this much. I could have kept the low of day but I usually trail stop behind or below the VWAP. So I got taken out and then just curled back up and continued to do exactly what I thought it was going to do. So unfortunately, that could have been a big swing trade, but I got taken out of it. It is what it is. That's why I kept it to update you. I'm out of it completely now. I think the volume is dying down. So, but it's not a problem, but something to keep an eye on is volume is coming down. As you can see from the main move, that's the main volume, and then this move, reduced volume, and then that another decreasing volume. Now, the next volume that spikes up is going to determine whether this wants to actually continue up or have a proper pullback. I kind of expect a little bit of a pullback coming in, but we'll see. But there's no volume. I'm going to keep it out. If the volume picks up, then I might bring it back in. So that's the PDSB done. Still a very good trade, swing trade. So let's go through the watch list. What we have, let's go to SPY on the market. Okay, so SPY basically, let's go to maximize this bad boy. So medium term, we've got a downtrend coming in with you can call it a big channel as well. It's kind of difficult to call it a channel. If you draw from here to there, obviously that becomes a channel. If I duplicate this, that's pretty much a channel, really. It's bouncing off of this area here, the bottom area of the channel, and then actually getting rejected from there. But at this point, it's already bounced off quite a bit. We might have a reversal happening in the SPY, which means that it's going to hang around the 400 level, breaks it, and then try to attempt to go towards 410s. But this is basically, we're talking medium term, maybe even longer term. Okay. As it stands right now, the 400 level was still holding. Yes, it barely pierced through it, but then it actually closed below it. So that means that 400 level or so is holding. So we might see some sort of a pullback coming in towards close to 3, and it's already doing that, 390 here. Now it's gapping up here, which I was kind of anticipating, even if it doesn't gap down. I was kind of anticipating pullback towards that 390. 390 levels are quite huge. Today, this area, 390, 20, and 389, that's the zone. That's the zone we need to keep an eye on. So that's the level. If it starts to curl up from that level, in fact, I might even start to look for some longs around that level, risking a few small trades. When I say few small trades, keep my risk very tight. If it starts to bounce from it, I'll take some relatively strong stocks. Like I'll check what's relatively strong at this point on the bigger names. But that's my plan. I wanted to come down towards 390s, which is already trying to, and see what it does. Even right now, as it's trading, it is on that, very close to that level. So a bounce, I'm expecting a bounce, to be honest, on SPY today. Possibly towards the gap fill, we've got a huge, not huge, but a good amount of gap down, 395.50 all the way to 390. So about $5 gap down. So if we do take any longs, there's a good sort of risk to reward there. I think so. We'll see. I think it's going towards that 3,950 again. This is my area, as you can see. Well, we have here. Might as well keep it a zone. So that's a big daily zone for us. That's the one we're gonna play today. That's the only thing. A few levels here and there, intraday levels. Not much to really sort of worry about. But you know, if we are taking longs, the reason I kept it here is if we are taking longs here anywhere there, we can start to take some off around these levels. In fact, 392 would be another level to keep an eye on as well. So that's why I kept it. That's our SPY. Yeah, possibly long opportunities for SPY. NEO being, it's not as weak as SPY. Obviously, SPY is gapped down much bigger than NEO, but NEO's daily looks very juicy for short setups. Again, this is contradicting what I'm going to be doing with SPY, but I'm not going to have a very strong bias towards SPY. If SPY starts to show weakness under 390s, then you know, short longs are out the questions on SPY for me. So I want that 390 zone to hold on SPY. Now, if it does, then we might be very careful with shorting these, because if SPY starts to bounce strongly, this is the shorts are not gonna play well on other names like NEO. AMC is the only one that might not have a massive, that SPY might not have massive effect on it. So that's why I kept it. Maybe possible shorting opportunities. But just remember that this run, I think it was because of earnings. So we got to keep that in mind. It's already showing like it's gapping down, but not much. We were talking 727s trading at this point, and a gap down from 755s. So not huge. But I kept it just in case if it starts to move. GFI, I still kept it. Yeah, GFI is, I don't know why I kept it, but there could be a possible shorting opportunity. The problem is, if it was trading around here and not gap down, I would have kept this thing. But because it's trading right now at around, actually the gap is not huge. I thought it was 10s. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep this. The volume is low, but when it starts to actually move, it is gapping down below the levels, daily levels, which is 1066. This area is crucial. As long as it stays below that, I am willing to take this short. 1060 is right there. So it's a good one. I just needed to pop towards 1065s, 1060s. If it does, then there's a possible opportunities for shorts on this GFI. That's why I kept it. Possible shorting opportunities, gapping down. I really need these things to be bouncing before I actually take anything. Netflix as well, believe it or not. I might sound a bit hypocritic when I say I'm looking for shorts on this. Again, I needed to bounce towards 302s, 301s, this area here. And if it could bounce, and that bounce starts to reject from these zones, even 305s, might look for some quick. Now, I'm not expecting too much from this, especially for the short, but definitely chances might be, opportunities might be there for shorting opportunities. Okay, so TGX is a gapper, not gapper actually. Yesterday, it moved because of earnings, so first day earnings. Today, being the second day, we've got a close of 17.9s. I am watching that level 79s. If it starts to take that out, then I will definitely look into maybe trading long this, a continuation of the second day. But it's again gapping from 79s all the way to under 77s. It might take a while for it to actually reach there. So this might be in play later down the line during the day, maybe mid afternoon or things like that. That's why I'm keeping this just in case. I'm going to start putting alerts on it as it starts to climb up towards that gap fill. 76, 60. Okay, TBLT is completely done. So I'm going to remove that. Yeah. Okay, so TBLT, I've taken it out. So this is my watch list. APPS, I'm keeping for possible shorting opportunities. It had some sort of a move because of earnings. Most of these we are watching as a decent catalyst. So when I say shorting opportunities, it's not huge risk to reward, just like my usual trades, which is huge. These ones, when I take shorts, I probably would not be expecting too much from it now. However, having said that, there will still be chances to take some decent shorts on these names. But again, we will have to keep an eye on SPY as well, because SPY is at that level where it's actually really crucial level here. And I do expect this level will hold. If it doesn't, SPY, we got to be careful. We really got to be careful. If this doesn't hold, now what will happen, what could happen is it could just chop around in between that. As long as during the day, let's say the first half an hour of the day after the open, it's still trading over 390, I'll only be looking for longs on the big names. That's what I will say. So that level needs to hold. As far as right now is concerned, it's going towards that level, slowly trying to sort of reach. There might be a lot of orders sitting there as well, so just to get that liquidity hunt going. So that's that. What do we have for the? Don't have much for the gappers. Now gappers, AMC I kept it because just wanted to. Actually, I'll keep it on the main watch. BBWI. Okay, BBWI is also a gapper because of earnings release, and it's holding its 37 over 37s. It's kind of fading off a little bit. A big gap, 31s all the way to 37s. It actually reached 39s at some point post-market yesterday. Today, pre-market is starting to fade off a little bit, but not by much. So I'll keep an eye on this one. This could be the only gapper that I might be looking into longing later on, if it actually starts to curl back up, show sign of strength. So I'm watching this BBWI, and that's the only gapper I have. That could change though, because it's still early, I believe. Yeah, it's just about 35 minutes before the market opens. On the SPY, pretty sick wick on the SPY. That rhymes, sick wick. Kind of hard to say though. This one is actually, is that correct though? Yeah, that is kind of seems like it's correct. What time was it? But trading didn't happen though. That could be just a wick, and we normally get that on SPY once in a while. Now it's going towards. It'll be interesting to see what this zone of mine is going to hold or not. Very, very interesting area. There might be opportunities actually pre-market on this. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at the big names, guys. Let's see. Okay, we looked at Netflix. AMD is relatively weak, so if SPY starts to show weakness, we will be looking at AMD for possible shorting opportunities. Tesla is again weak. Daily looks much weaker, so Tesla could be one of those that we look for shorting opportunities if SPY starts to take that zone out. If it doesn't take it out, which is bouncing from now, all bets to the short side is off for the meantime. Maybe even looking for possible bounce plays or gap fill plays. So Tesla 182.50, Tesla. We have an intraday level here for Tesla 182.50. So this is in line with actually the SPY's level. So let's see what it does around this area here. What is relatively strong so that we can benefit from it? Meta doesn't look that strong. MSFT, Amazon, DIS. Apple. So Apple, I might look into longing Apple if SPY starts to bounce from here, which it is. I'll give it a few minutes, and then I will start to take Apple over 146.05, and then with the low of the stop. So I'm looking for Apple opportunities on Apple for possible longs over 146.05 with the stop low of day. Very simple. So that's what we're going to do. So Apple is one of them. What else do we have? I mean, to be honest, one is fine. This one also looks quite interesting. This is also relatively strong compared to others. Nvidia looks relatively strong. So 157 break, there could be something there, but overhead resistance on Nvidia is quite a bit. 145.85, 145.85. Apple 145.85. Let's watch Apple, guys. 145.88. Okay, so yeah, SPY is broken. You see this? SPY is broken that 33.90 level. Not really 390 level, but it's getting there. So we got to be very careful. So as I said, yes, it's going to that level here, this level. But are we going to get a proper bounce from it? We might. How's Apple doing? So okay, so the bounce is coming down from this level, as you can see. Bounce is coming, even though short, a short bounce, but still nevertheless it's a bounce. So I'm starting Apple. So yeah, I'm gonna try Apple for long opportunity here, and I will see what happens. Okay. I do expect if it does come back down to this zone again, we might have some sort of a chop around here. But you know, it could also mean that this could be the low, and it starts to bounce towards the VWAP or at least 391s, and it starts to carry on. So that is the trade. Very simple, very, very straightforward, guys. Very straightforward. 145.95, 145.80. Very tight stop on Apple as well. 145.95. Where's my Apple? Shoot. So even now is okay, I believe, but mine was 145.95. We could see some sort of a few small losers or chop. What usually to deal with this is to have a bigger stop, obviously, like under 145.50s, give it some room to play around. But I usually keep my risks very tight. So if it takes the low out, I will get out. But then later, if it gives us opportunity on Apple, then I'll take it again. Yeah, I usually do that. So okay. And we have, so my stop, to be honest, is going to be based off of that. This one, I'm not actually going to take it at the low of Apple's low, but it's going to be based off SPY's zone takeout. So if it takes out that 390 and starts to trade under 390, that's when I'm going to get out of Apple, which gives it enough actually room for it to play out. That's a much better Tesla. Okay, somebody took it out. Okay. That's the plan. And let's have a look at this bad boy right here. Wow, it's beat the earnings quite a bit, this thing. So this could have some decent potential, guys. BBWI. Keep an eye on this. The gapper for earnings. But I'm just going to watch SPY here. Seems to be more interesting than others. All right, now. As I mentioned, if I wasn't looking at this big gap on the daily on SPY, I'll be looking for shorts. If it was trading, let's say around 394s, 95s, around there, I'll be looking for shorts. So at this point, it's way like the gap is quite big and shorting right at the bottom is never a good idea, especially around the strong support levels. What's up, Zell? How's it going, man? Welcome back. M. M is gapping up as well because of earnings. Really nice gap up, 21.16. It is gapping up to a. It hasn't gapped over the resistance though. Yeah, you can call it, but not really. It hasn't gapped over it yet. But even if it hadn't, it's an earnings gap. What are we looking at? 1970s to 21. So it's a good gap up because of a decent catalyst. So yeah, it's going to be in play for sure. Definitely. I'll put M as earnings play as well as the BB and WI. Yep, looks good. Sounds about right. Yeah, that might come into play after the open. And if it does come into play after the open, it's even better, right? Yes, sir. I am actually long on Apple. Yeah, from 140 under 146, 145.95. Yeah, very ballsy. Very ballsy, especially for pre-market, but I feel like ballsy. I feel ballsy, bro. Yeah, well, you gotta expect the unexpected, Lizelle. Don't you know me? Dude, that's not my muscle, bro. It's all cloth. It's all clothing, bro. It's deceiving. Alright, so my trade on Apple is looking decent, and as long as it's holding over the, but as I mentioned, I'm gonna be patient with it. There is a, expected bounce coming on the SPY. Really? Honestly, it's perfect. The weather is perfect here. We have no heater at the moment. Heat is all turned off. It's only the heat from the PC. Only the heat from the PC is keeping me alive. I know, man. I was kind of anticipating this to be very, very cold, but so far so good. So let's see if again, it's got huge potential for a bounce. A play for a bounce to gap fill is it could lead to a much bigger trade. So it's definitely worth risking few small losers on it for sure. That's why I'm in on Apple. And look at this, guys, just to the tick of that zone, and then bounce came in. Hopefully this is the bounce and not just a little. Hopefully this is a reversal, not a bounce, not a tiny bounce. So still early to call we could see some sort of, again, price action around this zone here, and then maybe we will start to curl back up. And if that's the case, mostly looking for long opportunities, right? So this zone here on SPY is the deciding area. Let's have a look at the gappers. M is kind of okay, holding on over 21, looks decent. We might be seeing some sort of a flag pattern coming into it before it starts to break out. We just need to see more price action around here. So as far as I know, at the moment, it's more like this area is holding. We need some sort of a price action to actually consider it a flag breakout. But I think 21 level, if it holds, might be something decent there. Any other gappers you see? Any other gappers? I don't see anything. I don't see. To be honest, nothing that interesting. So, yeah. All right, so keep an eye on this one, Zell. Let me know if it starts to pop. But also BBWI as well. Keep an eye on that one. The only thing with this one is it looks a bit weaker, but what I want to see on this one is reclaim of the VWAP. If it starts to curl back over, especially 37.50, then we might have a decent trade on this one. So those two look definitely good for possible longs. We are seeing slow bounce coming into SPY. Slow bounce takes out the recent high. Yeah, looks not too bad. Okay. MULN, I've been looking at MULN quite a lot. As you mentioned, it's because it's small. Yeah, that's so much manipulation on that one. You just have to scalp it out, which I don't. So, nope, not for me. But if you're a scalper, then these are the ones that could actually yield you some decent scalping opportunities. As long as 29.06, 29.30, quite a bit of. Okay. Now, let me just finalize my... Okay, guys, that's probably it for the watch list. Let me just share that on Discord, on the watch list section. Where are you, Discord? Okay, here we go. Watch list for today. Posted. Voila. On M, I know that's a bigger zone area, but that's something that you need to watch on M. But if you're going to take it early, just bear in mind that that is a level that it could reject from. Okay. Neo is there. Let's put AMC. Neo is there. X. Okay. Yeah, it's today's pre-market's not been very active apart from obviously SPY had some really good momentum to the downside. But apart from that, we haven't really had much of an action for the pre-market. Now, again, as I mentioned before, usually when that happens, we could see some decent moves on after the open or at the open. So, yep. So as you can see on the SPY, we have the main move, which is to the downside, and then we've got a little pullback or retracement or a bounce from this downtrend on intraday. And now this here might be another primary move. So basically, when you have the main move, that's primary move, and secondary move is always the pullback or retracement, right? So you've got your primary move. This could be the secondary move, and then we might see another attempt to go for another move to the downside. But I expect that anyways. I anticipate that if it does come down towards 390s, this zone here again, we'll see what it does. However, having said that, let's see if this starts to play around. How can I have some room on the right side? Kind of difficult. Let's say if it starts to play around here, making higher highs and higher lows. We've already got higher low. And then if we start to take out that 391, it's kind of hard to, it takes out that 391, then we might, as I mentioned, this might be the low for a while. But it seems like it wants to actually go for another main move down. Find out. While we are doing nothing, might as well just play something, right? That's exactly the question, Zal. That is exactly true. Will it break and hold under 390? Now, if it does do that, then SPY will be very weak. But I think watch out, if even if it does break, let's say for example another 20, 30 cents, even 50 cents, it just might not go very far. So I'm just worried about that. If we're starting to look for shorts, then those shorts might not play out that great. But then, as I said, 390 under, we will start to shift our bias a little bit to the short side. But I would rather, if I were to choose, I would really like it, not because I have Apple long. Yes, no, I was saying this. I would rather, SPY bounced and went for a gap fill. That opportunity for the long side is much better than the short side. Yeah, scalping, definitely. Scalping, you could do that. Yeah, the panic under the 390 for sure. Tesla's on that. So 390, again, attempting to go towards that zone here, SPY. There it goes. This seems like this is the primary move now. Let's see, primary move, secondary, primary. So let's see what it does. Volume is okay, I guess. Still in my zone. Still in my zone. The force is stronger with this one to the downside. Here comes the Apple bounce. Okay, is this gonna bring the SPY bounce? BBWI is also bouncing nicely. 38 level is the level I'm watching. If it breaks that, it's gonna show strength. The thing with this one is it's a big gap, but the earning catalyst is quite good on this one. I think it beats by huge margin. I'm not too sure what percentage we're talking about, but yeah, the numbers are quite big on this. So it could have potential to run for the whole day, to be honest. BBWI. M is also right popping, creating this nice little curl up. So this trend line had nothing to do. That was completely wrong trend line. This might be better. Surprisingly, Apple is bouncing. Apple has already bounced towards the VWAP. From my entry, that's 50 cents. I could take some now. But the problem is SPY isn't bouncing. There we go. All right, guys. Around 147s took some out. 147's Apple. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. All right, that's probably one and done, guys. Thank you very much. See you next week. Let's go, Apple. Let's go. Let's go, Apple. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 147.50 around that area. I'll take some more out. Or even now. 48. Okay, so it might still be early, but then some out around this area. More out, more out, more out. So from this move here, here's why I didn't. This is something that I wanted to cover as well, especially Oasis. You want to trade large caps. Why didn't I take it at the low break here on Apple? Because my stop was based on SPY's move, right? SPY hadn't actually taken out my zone, so I was actually playing a much bigger picture bounce play. That's why I kept it a little bit, like give it a little bit of room, not get spooked out of it, basically. So this is why it's sometimes giving some room is okay, but then you'll have to adjust that position management on that. Let's say, for example, SPY at that point was SPY was somewhere here, I believe. Might be wrong, somewhere there. And now under 390, that's like a 50 cents move. So for Apple as well, you've got to give it a chance for at least like that much amount, maybe even around, similar to that amount is okay. But let's say, for example, if SPY was actually taking the 390s out and it started gaining momentum, that would have been my call on Apple. That would have been either out here, out here, out here. It doesn't matter. That would have been the call. So now we get a very typical, very typical of SPY, which is basically of the VWAP rejection. But the good thing about our Apple play, why did I take Apple instead of everything else or others? Because Apple was the relatively stronger one of them all, the big names. So now we are over the VWAP, and if our SPY starts to actually take out the VWAP, this has more potential to run to the upside. All right, but don't ignore the fact that sometimes SPY can actually really reject from, as you can see, to the tick from the VWAP, and it's rejecting from it strongly. So but still, my Apple is doing really well. My Apple is just going for it. Yes, that's the problem with these big names. It's just the leverage, isn't it? It's kind of hard, really. But then remember, it's really not about the numbers in the beginning. You just, even if you, let's say you took one share, right? One share. But was that trade profitable? You have to look at it. That's why I recommend you guys looking at things from our perspective, risk to reward perspective. You trade with a 10 cents risk, 20 cents risk. That's your 1 R. How much did you get from that? Not dollar amount, but the R amount. Let's say your risk is 20 cents. If you got 40 cents out of that trade, that's 2 to 1, right? So always think of this game from our perspective, never P&L. And this is very relevant now, because if you say, for example, if you take 10 shares, right? 10 shares RR would be the same as if you had taken thousands of shares, because we're calculating it by our risk to reward, not the P&L. BBWI broken that crazy 3850, very strong. And we're looking for that M as well. This is the one I was mentioning, guys. I hope somebody took it, guys. 3850. I was just too busy with Apple, and Apple was doing so well, and it still is. But this is the one I wanted to really take. Beautiful. I mean, this 3820. Zell, did you manage to take anything on BBWI? I mean, this is just a pretty obvious trade, right? Over 38. If not 38, but better area was actually 3820. So, and M as well is yeah, we're getting more rejection coming in from a SPY. So, but then I'm not worried about Apple, because I've already taken quite a bit on Apple. I've got two partials taken out on Apple. But BBM, this is coming down. There might be a pullback entry on these guys. Hopefully the music is not too loud, guys. Let me know if it is. I'll shut it down. Look at the strength of Apple, guys. I'm very happy with what it's doing. SPY, let's compare it to SPY. SPY is completely rejecting from VWAP every time it goes to it. So a weakness, right? But then now look at Apple, right? Where are you? Apple. Look at this little nice little flag pattern here, or pennant, whatever you want to call it. So as long as, I mean, this is beautiful. If it holds like this, I might even add on the break of this pennant. Honestly, I might even add this partial here. Especially when M is moving, guys. Be careful on M, or get ready. If this is what I'm trying to say, M. $20.40 I've taken, guys. Oh, okay, all right. $21.40. Wow, what an entry. $21.40 on M. Hopefully somebody took it. Beautiful. Again, tape reading. I'm just worried about this. On M, these levels here. So 2 trades, M long 21.40 with a stop under VWAP. The other one, Apple, still in it to win it, obviously. So, but I might as well, actually, I'm waiting for SPY to actually some sort of a, if SPY takes out that VWAP high, then I'll definitely add on Apple. But SPY doesn't want to do that, so I think we might not be able to do that on Apple today. But still, very good trade. Yeah, did you take it? I took 21.40 break, and I just need this zone to get taken out. This is very strong zone at this point. 21.40. Come on, M, let's go. Okay. Come on, M. As I said, this area is still acting as resistance, so be very careful. This area here, just remember this is extending to the right, yeah? I just don't want to cover the price action. That's why I kept it like that. But if it breaks Apple, let's go, baby. Come on. Come on. 21.57. 57. Oh, there we go. There we go. I still believe there's resistance on this, on M. We just got to be patient, I guess. But if you're scalping, there's your 20 cents, Zell. There's your 20 cents, buddy. And my Apple is doing great. And SPY is also trying to sort of take out that VWAP. This is what I meant by an NFLX. I am short biased, although look at this. NFLX. That's why you got to pay attention to the daily analysis, daily chart analysis, over and over and over again. Come on, SPY, take out that high of 39133s, 35s. Well, if you're new here, you might be wondering why I'm looking at SPY for my Apple trade, because they are very, very closely related and correlated. So if SPY starts to bounce, Apple tends to bounce. SPY starts to go down, Apple starts to follow its suit. So I'm just waiting for this crucial level to break, 39135s on SPY, so I can manage my Apple well. So there you go. Apple is rather strong. SPY goes down. This barely goes down. I was planning to add here, guys, on the break of the pennant break or flag break, whatever you want to call it, but I couldn't. I'm still happy with it. Still happy with it. Stop now definitely could be under 147. We are in a very, very good position with Apple. In fact, if Apple doesn't take out the lows of 147 under this area here for the day, right? Oh, M. That rejection from this 20 and is still struggling at 2180s, but I don't want this to be closing like that though. Just need some time to. These are the last 5 seconds of the chart. So the candle, just come on, pop. That's not a good sign. That is not. But then remember. On M, I'm a bit comfortable because I need to relax on this one, not like any other gappers. This gapper is because of earnings, so yes, it might chop around before it takes crucial levels out. But have a look at the daily level, right? We are not joking when we say these are strong levels. If it wasn't, with this momentum, it would have already taken it out. So it's trying now. Let's go. If you're scalping or anything like that, this probably is the better area to take some out. Oh yeah, baby. SPY, baby. Let's go. Finally. Yeah, Zel, the calls have been absolutely like to the tick, like that. Like, you know, when you have like perfect meal, right? It sounds like that today. So the calls have been great. Definitely great. Hopefully it's going to stay that way. Let's go, M. Take out that 2180s level that needs to take out. And we are looking at a really good, or BBWI is also kind of micro pullback and breakout. BBWI 39 break. I might have been late on it, guys. This is the only one I would say I missed here. Right now, if I missed this one, that's fine because I really don't like to chase. But there is a trade right now, but the trade that I missed was 38.20 break, clearly, because I was watching this. One of the main ones were BBWI for the watch, and M, which we took and is still running really nice. I could still I'm gonna take some out here, guys. I took some out around, let me have a look, 2174s, 2173s, something like that. So I took some out on this current candle here, and not a lot though, but my stop is still under the VWAP. There we go. Yeah, let's do the cash in. You enjoy your delivery. AMD is going crazy, bro. And we were watching you as well. Look at this. Gap fills very fast and continues. This was the one I was watching for possible shorting opportunities if it popped and gap filled. So it's gap filled now. But look at the volume. I mean, it looks quite strong. So this will be the front side of the move. I'm not going to touch that unless it starts to show exhaustion at the highs. This might be a good idea to keep an eye on around 34s, this area here. Later on, we have our AMD is popping, our Apple is doing great, our M is doing excellent. Let's go, baby. 100% accuracy. 100%. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby for YB. Yes, sir. Let's go, Apple. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Take that out. And here we go. Great trades today, guys. Excellent, excellent trades. Still managing it. Definitely managing it. I could do with M going a bit parabolic, so I can take some decent chunk out of the position, which is M. I need this 2180 breaks, and then it might go towards that 22, which is a much better area to take some partials out. But if it starts to hold over 2180 or 22, the daily is going to look very strong. So this will bring in some volume. So let's watch this. Beautiful. It's attacking that 2180s. It's already kind of broken, but again, remember, it's a zone, not a level, and not just one number. 2189, 2190s getting taken out. Yes, sir. Let's go. So that's now attacking 22s almost, and it's quite normal for it to actually reject from it. There's a lot of, obviously, orders there. So Apple 144, 147.78. I took some more out, guys. I had to. 147.78. I just don't like what it's doing right now. We might be due for a bigger pullback. 147.78. Right there. So 3 partials taken on Apple is already a done trade. If it goes for a run, I actually might hold it for a swing. So I'm expecting a bit of a pullback coming. Bigger. There you go. Bigger pullback coming in, at least to the VWAP. But my stop is, I can actually hold off on the stop a little bit, give it some room. Under 147, I'll hold it. But look at the trade, guys. Look at the trade. 140, under 146, and our average is 147.50. Look at that. Whereas the stop loss was very, very minimal on it. Oh shoot, I didn't take anything out on M for the second time. So it's definitely rejected badly from the 21s, which I was expecting. 2190 usually I take some out. That's yeah, I was paying attention to the Apple a little bit more, but I did take obviously this first partial, but the second partial was supposed to be around 2190s. Yeah, it did go over to 2193s. Yeah, I'm worried about this volume that's coming in from this rejection is not very healthy. But it needs to hold it. If it's gonna hold above let's say 2150, it's gonna look really nice. Let's have a look at what our other watch list had done. Neo is still playing around, just like as always. Apple is doing okay. AMC's playing around. Where are AMC? So SPY is also not going anywhere. You. Yeah, you, as I mentioned, is going to pop towards 34 close. Look at this rejection came in on you. But still it was going to be a front side. This might give us another opportunity for shorting. On M, we've got huge. That area is quite strong on M. This is the area I'm talking about on M, guys. It needs to take that out. And I believe there's a lot of resistance in this area here, 22s. Yep. SPY is kind of drifting down a little bit, but not by much. BBWI completely basically gave up its gain. The whole 100% of it almost from the open. Whew, good that I didn't take that 39 break. Yeah, I wouldn't have been comfortable taking that break anyways. Even if I had taken that, would have been small. Why? Because it's a chase. This was a better trade and it would have been already done the trade. So now it looks like a shorting opportunity, to be honest. Yes, sir. Let's go. Always, yeah. You too, buddy. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. And yeah, hopefully you come back ready to rock and roll, basically. All right, buddy. So still long on M, still long on Apple. M. TJX, possible shorting opportunity right now. TJX. I'm gonna take this TJX shorting. So the break of 77s will be the stop, or break of this high, recent high would be the stop. It's up to you. But if it starts to take the low 76.50 out, I will start it. If it pops towards 77 and starts to reject from there as well, I'll start it. So there's two scenarios where it could break that 76.50 or it pops towards 77s and rejects. Both scenarios shorting opportunities for me on TJX. That's the plan with that. And we've got our M is attacking the highs, guys. Watch out. M is attacking the highs. Just remember on what's the name, TJX, I will take the shorts. I might not even call on time. I'm about to take it, but I'm paying attention to M as well. Quite a lot going on. Around 21, I think 90s is where I took some more out, which I wanted to earlier. So I managed to get that 21.89 or 90, something like that. So I am happy with that because I was worried about this being the rejection and then coming all the way to my entry. This is still looking really good. It's still attacking that 22 and this level here, this zone. Which is quite strong compared to this one. This one is much stronger. So, but if it takes that out, then we've got a really good trade in our hands. Which it looks like it wants to do, which is beautiful. And what's my... starting TJX. 76.57, 76.57 TJX. It's just a starter. I will add to it when it breaks the 76.50. If it breaks it, if it pops towards 77s and it starts to hold, then I'll add more to it as well. So those two scenarios, as long as it's trading under VWAP, I'm okay with it. Dude, on what? On which one? M? Well, still a really good trade, Zell. I mean, you normally scalp. I'm surprised you held it until now. Dude, don't worry. I mean, you've got more. Obviously, your accuracy is higher, right? Yeah, I mean, from where we start taking it, let's go to M, okay? Zell is worried about. I'm pretty sure your entries are here somewhere. And he's not happy with this trade because he took it right around 21.95 exit as a scalper, So, traders are never happy. But I haven't got much as well. I do have some, to be honest. I'm not going to lie, because I am planning, if this works out, it's a possible good runner. If it works out. But remember, I've already it's already a winner for me. It's already a winner. Like I'm just trailing my stop under the VWAP break. And as long as it holds, I'm just going to hold it forever. As long as that VWAP doesn't get violated. That sounds like a bad thing to say, but... Oh, okay. I got you. You didn't take the first initial one. Okay. I got you. That's why. I understand now. I was wondering, why would you not be happy with this trade? It's a beautiful trade. But yeah, you didn't pull the trigger on the right time. I get that. I definitely get that, bro. It happens, man. Don't worry about it. Oh, FOMO and oh, which is worse, bro. Which is worse. Really bad. There we go, M. Let's go, baby. Come on, M. Just worried about that 22. You see that rejection coming in? Still sellers there. It just needs to take them out. The more it attacks it, the more it's going to take out. But as you can see, we are seeing some sort of a rejection coming in. Yeah, big rejection as well. So oh, TJX. TJX is taken that low, so I'm in it from what was it, 76.57. Dude, you gotta be, man. It's not easy, you know. Like you just want to pull it, but you gotta look at sometimes a bigger picture, right? Let's go zoom out, even on intraday. Forget about what happened here. Why is this gapping up? It's gapping up because of earnings beat. Earnings beat usually is a bigger catalyst than most of the catalysts. Most of the news-based, rumor-based, anything. This tends to be more stable, much stronger, because it brings in more investors, not traders. It brings in more investors. And what happens with investors? They buy and don't sell, right? So you get more buying but not selling. Very, very simple concept, right? You gotta think of what is involved, who's involved in that in this in this talk at this point, right? Oh, I mean, I might be wrong, but the general idea is if it's gapping up because of earnings, there's a lot of confidence behind the stock, right? Which means, i.e., more investors coming into it. Quite simple as that, to be honest. Those kind of things, knowing that and seeing that over the years and years, you do tend to have more confidence in the stock that you're holding, right? It doesn't really sort of, but if, again, Zell, takes a huge amount of time to get it, like to even accept it, you know. even then, like I'm like one click away from partials here, you know. One click away. Still like constantly watching it. Yeah, I mean, look, Zell, all you need to do is, and I know a lot of people actually do this very successfully. They only trade during the seasons of earnings. Earnings season, that's it, right? And, you know, options, they do options or even like anything else works as well. Even stocks, right? Which you can clearly see. But only on the earning seasons. Why? Because it's more solid. When things move, it's much more solid. But I've also seen sometimes that earning season is like chaotic, bro. Chaotic, stressful. No, I've seen earnings, huge beat on the earnings, and they just completely fill the gap. Completely fill the gap and plus more. So it's never like 100%, but you know, generally, it's much better environment to be trading. For me, environment works out very well. And you might have noticed these days I'm taking more longs, right? Why? Environment, right? It's shifting. As long as you have that bigger picture behind you, right? That you're not going against the tide, you should be fine. You do tend to actually go far. Thanks. Look at this. I'm not worried about this because you see this, soaks up all the orders around the open, and it just carries on. Does a little pullback, carries on. Little pullback, carries on. It's not parabolic. I keep on saying this to you guys, but pay attention to why I say that. If something parabolic happens, look at this, right? Parabolic break of the breakout. As soon as it goes parabolic, if you're in it, you want to take some out because you are expecting that pullback coming in, right? Usually when a stock moves like this, they tend to hold longer their moves or their gains. Yeah, it might be, but then it's like it's not that easy either. There's plenty of things that I was watching. I didn't call out anything else. I called out what I was thinking of trading and what I traded. So it's not as easy as you might think. Okay. Here we go. Are we going to see some sort of a move from M for M? And it's taking that out. 22.13s. Very comfortable trade, guys. I'm really happy with it. I could take some out around 22.20s. But I want to also have some runner left on this. Maybe possible swings. Possible swings with, looks very good. Yeah, I mean, definitely, Zell, it's fine. You do whatever's obviously best for you, like if it could be distracting for sure, and it could be I would say kind of like manipulative as well, by listening to someone, especially if you respect a trader and trader's decision, then you do get influenced. You will get influenced a lot, and your style of trading might get affected. And I'm just shooting you straight here. Nothing behind this whole thing. And if it was for me, my benefit is for you to stay in the stream, right? Because I get bored. But whatever works for you, man. I know that you do come back and join us later. So that's what matters, bro. Dude, the rejection coming in on M, that's fine. I know that, Zell, I know, buddy. 147. Got taken out. 5-minute pullback, yeah. Yeah, there might be some sort of consolidation, or maybe not. Yeah. The way it's going. Okay, so think about patience, guys. Look at the patience on this bad boy. Look at the entry. I mean, it's almost at the bottom, right? This is 1 minute chart, guys, by the way. You know, if you look at it from this perspective, maybe that is almost at the bottom, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm still in it. Talk about the patience, right? This, I'm a bit worried about this pattern here. You know what I'm talking about, Zell. You know what I'm talking about. The problem is I've taken 3 partials on it, and there's no point in taking any partials. I'm just trying to give it a chance for my runner to actually go for swings. If this closes above VWAP today, oh boy, we've got 2, 3, 4 days to run this thing. Even longer, I think, even way longer. So fingers crossed. No, man, it's not about that. It's just how am I great? It would have been nice if you had said that he sticks to his rules instead of just showing me the entry and exits. OM, let's go, baby. On TJX, I'm out or break even, guys. I just don't like it. It's just not doing anything. TJX, remember that trade? TJX, I'm out break even. I know it might be still early. I was going for a VWAP break, but I just don't like it. I don't like what it's doing right now. So that's break even. So you can call it 100% accuracy today. 76, 60. Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, this has potential to move, and now, you know, it's got some room to move. That's why I took it, but it's just playing around, and I've got much better trade to worry about or watch. ENSC, let's have a look. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is breaking that yesterday's line. Is it because of earnings? The whole move started because of earnings. Kinda, but I'm not too sure about this one though. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this one. And SATX you mentioned? Did someone mention SATX? Boo-wee! What the? Who broke this level 40? Dude, this thing. What the hell's going on with this thing? SATX. This is what happens with low volume moves, guys. I mean, my scanner didn't even pick this up, you know, because my scanners will have at least like 5 million or so filter. But look at these, man. This is what happens when you have like very low, could be very highly manipulated. This is just, this actually could be very, very nice shorting opportunities, but for that it is deadly if you don't know what you're doing. I took some more out, 2212 on M, 2212 on M. Was it 2212? Yeah, I don't know why my TOS is a little bit like 3 seconds delayed or something like that. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, beautiful apple. 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 I'm not gonna say anything. I ain't saying nothing. Anyways, what a day. What a day. Woo-wee. Let's go, baby. 148.60, 68, 148.67, 148.67 Apple, more out. What an exit! What an exit! I think I got lucky with. I think I got lucky with this exit. So now there's nothing I can take out. Like if I take it out, it's going to be everything. So I'm just going to let it run for possible swing ideas. Apple, I think we might see Apple, this trade, me holding this trade or maybe even building on it for the next coming few days. I have a feeling I might do that, yeah. And on M as well, if I did mention 2212, right? On M. Yeah, 2212. Okay. No worries, Zell, I'm going to leave as well. Look, guys, I'm just going to update you with the trades that we took. I took this morning a pre-market. I started Apple early, quite early, actually. I normally don't take big names on pre-market, but go back to the stream why I took it. I'm not going to explain why I took it. I took a long 146, under 146, 145.95, in fact, exact price. Yeah, and basically just had a massive run on this one, partial. So basically an average of about just over $1, $1.50, close to $2 average price on the exits. So big room. Now this one has huge room. That's why I'm gonna start to hold it. The remaining remaining position is not much left. I would say 15% or so of the whole position, 20%. But I'm gonna swing it for the next few days coming, even for a few weeks, as long as it's holding its criteria of staying strong. So that is an excellent, huge trade today. Possibly about 4-hour trade. Easily, maybe more than that. Yeah, so quite close to 4 hour. I believe this will give me 5 hour almost. So very decent trade. The only thing is I wish I had taken more. That's what I would say. This also is very similar to this one, was able to give me quite decent position. So this one actually, to be honest, is better when it comes to P&L. Is better than Apple trade. So beautiful, although a small move compared to Apple, but definitely a bigger trade. So Now again, I'm trailing this after 3 partials. So I'm trailing this with a VWAP. When I say VWAP, it needs to break the VWAP under, close under, and start trading under the VWAP for a while. Then I'll take it out. So manual exit on this one. I'll keep watching this later if I go after the stream. But that's how it stands. Beautiful again. At least for just over 4 hour trade on that one as well. So those are the trades, and also TJX. I'm just going to cover that because it was just a small little loser, you can call it, but very break even. My stop was here, by the way. So compared to that, it's just a really good exit as well. As you can see, guys, it just popped towards the view. I probably would have exited here if not here. So break even. I'm very happy with today's results. 2 great trades which has the chance to swing. There's no better scenario than that. Like, you've already taken as much as you can and you're just letting the runners run. Even if it's 10%, 5%, 15%, you get the chance to actually swing it. So that's what I'm doing with the 2 trades, M and Apple, and I'll update you for the next few days how they go. 22.15 to 23. Yeah, that's why I'm keeping you know, this one has like some room, bro. Yeah, some room. Yeah, beautiful. On daily, it's got some room. So if not today, I'm expecting maybe next coming week, coming few days, we might get to see that. And I will hopefully be holding it until then. Anyways, guys, I wish you the best of luck. And if I can come tomorrow, I will try to come down for the stream. If not, then I'll see you on Monday. All right, guys, take it easy. Stay safe. And have a beautiful weekend, guys. Enjoy yourselves. See you, Power Hour. Yeah, I wish I could. You know what time is it in on Power Hour here? 12 midnight, bro. 12 midnight. I'm not gonna... My wife is not gonna be happy. No way. So, dude, that's a shame because I love Power Hour. That hour is just amazing. Hopefully I can do something maybe in the future, but at the moment as it stands, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be going Power Hour anytime soon, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Family time, bro. Yeah, I mean, if there's enough people on the chat requesting that permission, maybe I'll have to ask her live. But if that doesn't happen, then there's no way. I'm not gonna lie. There's no way it's gonna happen. So if you're trading, best of luck. And yeah, Power Hour, just trade Power Hour if you can. It's gonna teach you a lot. Anyways, Zell, thanks for being here, buddy. And I'll see you guys next week. Right? Have a good one. Cheers, guys.